Pete Townshend has written some of the most iconic songs in rock history. As the main songwriter and guitarist of The Who, his creative mind shaped albums like Tommy, Quadrophenia, and countless hits that fans still love today. But even for someone as talented as Pete, not every song feels right. In fact, there's one song he openly regrets writing, and it's not just any song, it's one of The Who's most famous. The song Pete Townshend regrets the most is Pinball Wizard. On the surface, this track seems like a fun, energetic song about a young man who becomes a pinball champion. But for Pete, it's much more complicated. He actually wrote it almost as a joke, and later admitted it was the most clumsy thing he ever created. Here's the story behind it. Back in 1969, The Who was working on their groundbreaking rock opera, Tommy. The album tells the story of Tommy Walker, a boy who goes deaf, dumb, and blind after witnessing a traumatic event. The songs on the album explore Tommy's pain, his journey, and his search for meaning. But when Pete showed an early version of the album to a famous rock critic, Nick Cohn, the critic wasn't impressed. Cohn was a big fan of pinball at the time, so Pete quickly wrote Pinball Wizard just to win him over. And it worked. Cohn loved it, and the song stayed on the album. But Pete himself hated the song. In the liner notes of Tommy, he admitted, "The most clumsy piece of writing I've ever done. I'm embarrassed. This sounds like a music hall song. Sure plays a mean pinball." He said the verses were all the same. There was no real middle section, and he just threw together some guitar parts he thought sounded clever. To his surprise, when he played the demo for the rest of the band, everyone loved it, except him. Even though Pinball Wizard became a massive hit and helped make Tommy a success, Pete never felt proud of it. He called it a dud that somehow fooled everyone else, but fans didn't care. They embraced the song, and it remains one of The Who's most recognizable tracks to this day. Interestingly, this isn't the only song that caused tension between Pete and the band. Years later, in 1973, during the making of Quadrophenia, Pete wrote another emotional track, Love, Reign O'er Me. This song was supposed to show the main character Jimmy's spiritual healing after deep pain and suicidal thoughts. Pete imagined it as a quiet, pure love song. But when Roger Daltrey sang it, he turned it into a loud, passionate performance. According to Roger, he felt the song was about sexuality, even comparing it to an orgasm. Pete was reportedly upset by this interpretation, and even told Roger he hated it. These stories show how personal songwriting can be, and how differently people can hear the same music. For Pete, Pinball Wizard was a mistake, something he wrote for the wrong reasons. But for fans, it's a classic. And maybe that's what makes The Who so special. Even their mistakes are unforgettable.